One of our members recently sent me a big box of garlic in the mail as a result of him discovering a year or so ago some wild garlic growing up north. And he sent me photographs of it, and I was really excited when I saw it because it looked like a garlic that we had in our collection years ago and I had lost. It was a garlic that we called the Ahipara garlic, and it's a hard neck garlic. It has multiple bulbs on the bottom, and it has a hard flower stem, and at the top of the flower stems it has a globe with multiple little round bulblets at the top. It's the most spherical globe of bulblets I've seen on any garlic. And underneath the bulbs in the ground grow these things, these little tiny bulblet things. So each, like one of these, might have half a dozen of those growing around and underneath it. And one of the really interesting things about this garlic, when I found it on the Ahipara Gumfields when we were collecting fruit trees up there years ago, unlike any other garlic I've ever seen, there are acres of it. Like it's spread over the gum fields, and I imagine that it's done that because it has all these tiny little bulblets growing underneath which just keep coming up, and because it has these tops which fall down and they'll all germinate as well. And so it establishes, like it really colonises the sandy kind of soil. We found in Kaiwaka that on heavy clay soil that didn't really happen so much, and that's probably partly why we eventually lost it. But here on our sandy soils, here, pumice sandy soils, I'm sure it will be quite strong. One of the really interesting things about it is that if you plant one of those little bulblets there, or one of these little bulblets that grows under the garlic, 1 year later when you harvest it, you'll harvest what we call mother bulbs. And so it's just one round, undivided, spherical garlic bulb. And then if you plant that, the following year you end up with a hard neck garlic that has several, usually only 2 or 3 large garlic cloves with all this other stuff attached to it. To get large bulbs, you have to actually cut the flower off, which means the energy then goes into the bulbs at the bottom. Now, I've got one big question mark on this. I'm actually not 100% sure that it is garlic. It tastes like garlic and it smells like garlic, but it's got some similarities to elephant garlic, which actually isn't a garlic, it's a leek. Elephant garlic grows these little things underneath as well. And elephant garlic also grows these mother bulbs, and then the following year divides up and grows into a bigger, more normal looking garlic. So I'm really keen to hear from anyone who could help me identify this. When I was in Iowa 16 years or so ago, when I went over to the Seed Savers summer conference, they were harvesting the International Garlic Collection, which had about 360 garlic cultivars from all around the world, including the original areas where garlic came from, the Centre of Diversity for Garlic in Europe, and there was no garlic like this in that collection. So that's another thing that makes me think either it's extremely rare or it's maybe not a garlic, it's a leek, and I haven't been able to discover what kind of leek it might be. The really cool thing about this is that we know that it came with the Dalmatian gum diggers who came from the former Yugoslavia, and it was one of a really important vegetable for them, which is why it was growing wild on the gum fields by the time I went up there. So we know that it came to New Zealand with the gum diggers, and it's obviously come from Yugoslavia, and it's a significant vegetable in our collection, and I'm so excited to have it back again. Thanks to one of our members up in Kaikoui who noticed it and recognised it and sent me pictures, and it's awesome. So I'd love to know whether it's a garlic or a leek, if anyone can help.